Today's adventures take us to the islands of Greece. We're going to be making moussaka, and I thought I'd just start making a video. I was already chopping in. I thought, maybe I'll show people how to cook this delicious dish. You're going to need finely sliced potato, some Spanish onion. Now, after you slice the potato, you want to put it into a bowl. You want to season it well with salt, pepper, oregano and olive oil, and then you give it a good mix up so it's all coated, and then make a nice layer in the bottom, a little bit of Spanish onion, and then you want to put this into the oven for maybe around about 20 minutes or more. You want it to just start to colour around the edges. You want the onion to start to caramelise, and that's what's going to build up the bases and flavours, levels of flavours. You're also going to be needing eggplant, zucchini, and garlic, oregano, salt and pepper, of course. And I'll get back to you as we progress. So, number one, the key to this dish and any other dish is the love you put into it. First of all, we're going to start frying the onions. This is to make the sauce. It's not quite a sauce, it's not too wet, but it's going to be the star of the day when it comes to pasticcio and moussaka. You're also going to need cinnamon, nutmeg, wherever that is. Does that mean yep, your nutmeg, and fresh, whole cloves. You only want about 2 or 3 of these. They're very strong in their flavour. Good trick to do with these is you count how many you put in, and ensure you take that many back out, or grind them up into dust. Is another one. So, because if you get a mouthful of it, it's very overpowering. It's actually what they use to numb the mouth from toothaches. So, as we go, yeah, I've got the tea towels, typical wog. More scared of mess than I am of fire. So we just want to get these browning up, getting some colour into them, get a bit of light on the subject. Now to the onions, we're going to add the garlic. 2 cloves of garlic. Then you want to add your spices to the onion to ensure a good flavour to penetrate through. So I'm going to crush up 2 cloves. I think I'll only do 2 cloves, as I'm only making a smaller mix. 2 cloves, that's these little cloves, the ones I just showed you. I'm going to use 2. As I said, they are quite pungent in flavour. A little bit too hard to crush. So that's all you need. It's very strong. Mix. You can smell that clove already. Like, it's really strong stuff. So don't go overboard by any means. Now with the spice of cinnamon, you're gonna want 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Teaspoon out. 1 good teaspoon of cinnamon. Now you got to be careful because this is going to want to start to stick straight away. You just, once you get the aromatics coming out of it, you're going to want to put the meat in. So that's already happening. That smells great in here, guys. Wish you had a smell button. Now, lamb is the gun meat to go with this dish. Like, lamb is phenomenal. But today, I've got beef meats. As it was already in the fridge. I didn't see the point in wasting it. Might as well just use the beef mince. And you're going to want to brown this mince. And by browning, I mean browning. Not just wait till it just changes colour. It's got to, you want to sear it like you would a steak. And just keep folding all these flavours in. Now it's time for the salt and pepper. So in goes the pepper. Oregano. And the salt. All layers of this dish must be seasoned very well. Otherwise you're going to end up with bland spots, you know. Everything has to have the flavour coming out in it. I'm going to get back to you once this is brown. So here's the potatoes. As you can see, they started to change the colour. The onion as well. It looks quite dark, but it's not. Except for maybe that one is a little bit darker, but it's good, it's all flavour. Zucchinis are next. Now I've salted, oregano and peppered these already. Now I'm going to add just a touch of olive oil. And you're going to want to ensure that they're all covered with some olive oil. I've got the eggplant sitting there already. Seasoned, ready to go, but no olive oil as you don't want it to soak up all the oil. Now you're going to want to just be careful, this dish is going to be extremely hot. So in goes the eggplant and we're just going to make it a nice layer. So this dish is cooked in stages, in layers. As you can see, it's all starting to layer out nicely. That one didn't get too much on it, it wasn't cut right. And that one there, that one there. Whoop. Camera was a bit out of whack there. Now this is going to go back to the oven for another 20 minutes or so until they're virtually cooked. So in they go. There's the oven. And back to the meat. Now this is starting to brown up. Now I've just boiled the kettle. I didn't grab any canned tomatoes like I should have when I went to the shop. There's always something I forget. I'm a typical man. Send me in for more than 3 things and I'm done. That's why I write list on my hand. I still forgot to write the bloody tomatoes on my hand. But I've got tomato paste. I've boiled the kettle. I'm just going to make myself a pasita, I think they call it, blend. And that's just basically 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. A bit of oregano. Now. And some hot water. So in goes the hot water. And that's it. About a cup and a half of hot water. And you're just going to want to mix that through until it looks like tomato soup. It's actually a good way to make tomato soup if you want a little snack, little tomato soup or something. Bit of tomato paste, bit of hot water, some Italian herbs, salt and pepper. Now see, it's kind of got like a bit of a thick consistency to it. And just let that sit for a few minutes. Now when I use tomato paste, I always use a little bit of sugar to sweeten it back up, because otherwise you get too much tartness. But you always got to make sure you cook the tomato paste. So like, what I normally do is, once this is browned, I'll create a well, like so. And I'll tip that mix into here. fry it off a bit and then start adding the meat into it. Now the meat's starting to brown. How it smells amazing. I will get ridiculed for using beef mince by all the Greeks. I can hear it happening now. No, what are you doing? But it tastes good all the same. It's edible. I'm no master chef. I just like to cook. My daughter likes to eat. I like to eat. Now as you can see, it's starting to brown. It's changed colour, but it's still not quite dark brown. The lighting in here is terrible. So you want to just keep browning it. Make sure it's seared right through. Yeah, the smell is great, so the flavours should be awesome. We also need to make a bechamel sauce. So I think I've already made a video on making bechamel sauce. I'll put the link into the description. I've already got a video on making this too, and in my last video I added red wine, but I will not be adding red wine to this one because I don't have any. And I got in trouble from my Greek friends. We don't put wine in Moussaka. We don't put wine in our sauce, but I use the wine instead of sugar, and it gives off a bit of a flavour and a bit of a colouring. This is browned off well. Okay, so now I'm going to make that well that I told you about. Give this one last mix, just make sure nothing sticks on the bottom, and in it goes. So that's fried off a bit. Now we're going to just start pulling the mince into it. And this is pretty much the sauce done. Just let it simmer out, let it all mix in. Actually, got to add that little bit of sugar like I said. It's not a lot you need. Just a pinch will do. Maybe 2 pinches. And that just helps to take away any tartness from the tomato paste. As the tomato paste mixes in, you'll notice it'll change colour from red to brown because it's getting all the tannins from the cinnamon and the cloves. I also like to add a little bit of dried mint. This also isn't a Greek thing. It's just another flavour I like. A little bit of dried mint. Get it in there. Dishes, you can always tweak to your personality, your personal requirements. I like it with the mint. I've never been a big fan of mint actually until recently. Okay, that's it. It's done. Onto the bechamel sauce. I'm just going to let this sit for about a minute. Turn the gas off and just let it macerate in itself. The eggplant is done. And it's time to add the meat. Now I did stuff up with the potatoes. Just time got away from me while I was doing the sauce, the bechamel. Now Realistically, you're gonna want to add some bechamel sauce into the mince, and I think I showed that on my pasticcio recipe. It helps to hold it together, and you know, just want to add this mince around nice and evenly. Now I'm cooking some pasta because my daughter doesn't really like this vegetable one. Basically a vegetable lasagna, but she likes it with pasta, the pasticcio. So I'm gonna have to save that last little bit of meat for her. I'll just make a little tiny single dish. Now it's time for the bechamel. Hopefully I can get this camera to sit in a good spot again. Sorry about the block camera view. Stay there please. Okay, time for the bechamel. Just give it a quick mix. Save a little bit of that from the daughter too. Now the bechamel gets smeared around like so. Almost there. Now it seems like a lot of work that I've done here, and it is, but like it's just gone 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've got the rest of the day to myself. Probably gonna have another coffee down at Gloria Jean's. So a bit of the old palmy, coat the top with parmesan cheese. Now this is going to go back into the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on your oven. This is a fan force, and I'm actually going to turn the heat down a bit. It's been cranking hard. And next is some mozzarella, because mozzarella makes everything better. Sorry guys. There's some mozzarella. Did I ever tell you guys about the joke about the pizza? Nah, don't worry about it. It was too cheesy. There it goes. Now this goes back in the oven for another 25-30 minutes. Oh, she's getting heavier and heavier every time I pick it up. There it goes. That's ready to rock and roll. Thanks for joining me once again on this culinary adventure that I perform in this kitchen just about every day. Today is the moussaka, of course. Oh my goodness, look at this. It is like fabulous. I don't know if I'm in view or out of view. I'm only using an iPhone. Would you look at that? Look at that. Oh, now I'm just going to let that set there for a bit. So if this is your first time watching one of my videos, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And see you again another time.